Hi everybody, today I'm going to be doing my informative speech on the history of Halloween. Did you know Halloween is one of the most popular holidays in America? Around 35 million children in the U.S. between 5 and 13 years old go trick-or-treating every year, which is around 90% of all children in that age group. Around 50% of adults in the U.S. will dress up for Halloween, and about 67% will attend a Halloween party or go trick-or-treating with their children. We all know that Halloween is a holiday about happy, wonderful times, about enjoying the cold weather and the end of summer, change, the harvest. It's nice. But of course, there's that one friend of yours who doesn't like Halloween. They're just not social, or they think it has something to do with the thing downstairs, not the man upstairs. A lot of people have misconceptions that Halloween is tied to devil worship and all things evil. Just simply not true. Halloween originated as a pagan holiday. Originally, it was Celtic. It was a festival called Samhain, spelled Samhain, Samhain. But if you open the Irish dictionary, you will know that it is pronounced Samhain. Samhain was a Celtic festival that started at sundown on October 31st and lasted until sundown November 1st to commemorate the New Year. This festival was to celebrate the end of summer and the harvest, and it was often associated with human death. The Celts believed that the lines between the worlds of the living and the dead were blurred during this night, and therefore were very afraid. Excuse me. The main people on this holiday were the Druids. They were pretty much they ran the show. The blurred boundaries on this holiday helped the Druids make prophecies, which gave people comfort during their times of, death and sorrow and, starvation. Winter was hard. The Druids built large bonfires to help people celebrate, and people burned crops and made animal sacrifices to the Celtic deities. People wore animal skins and heads and told fortunes. After the celebration, they would relight their extinguished hearths with fire from the sacred bonfire to ensure luck in the coming year. However, when the Celts were taken over by the Romans adopted the holiday to honor their own dead and their goddess of fruit and trees, Pomona. One of her symbols was the apple, so this is where apple bobbing comes from. Still a popular activity. After many years, on May 13th, 609 AD, Pope Boniface IV dedicated the Pantheon in Rome in honor of all Christian martyrs, and the Catholic feast of All Martyrs' Day was established in the Western Church. This moved the holiday from October 31st through November 1st to May 13th. Soon thereafter, Pope Gregory III dedicated the holiday to all Christian martyrs and saints, and moved the holiday back to November 1st, calling the observance All Saints' Day. The day before this observance, October 31st, became known as All Hallows' Eve, or Halloween for short. Halloween being derived from Hallows Evening. So, Halloween. Halloween is just an abbreviation, it seems. Halloween moved to America back with the first English settlers, Halloween being popular in all the colonies below New England. New England didn't really like Halloween because of their Protestant beliefs, so everybody below it did. Beliefs of different European ethnic groups and Native Americans mixed and made Halloween different and distinctly American. The first celebrations included play parties, which were public events to celebrate the harvest. During this celebration, neighbors shared stories of dead relatives, ghost stories, made mischief, told fortunes, danced, and sang. Autumn festivities were common, but however, Halloween was not widespread. Halloween as we know it. Jack-o'-lanterns. Very popular. One of the biggest symbols of Halloween. Jack-o'-lanterns are based off the Irish legend of Stingy Jack. Stingy Jack was a man who was, stingy. He was at a pub and tricked the devil into paying for his drink with himself. The devil turned into a coin. He paid for his drink, and whenever he took the coin back, he put it in his wallet that had a cross on it. The devil could not escape, and in order to be let free, Jack made him promise to not let him in hell and to give him life for at least a year, trouble-free. So, time passed by. Jack was just fine. Then he encountered the devil again. This time he convinced the devil to climb a tree and pick an apple for him. As the devil climbed the tree and got to the top, Jack carved a cross in the tree. Again, the devil could not escape, and the only way Jack would let him down was if he promised to give Jack 10 more years of free life and to still not let him in hell. Of course, the devil had to agree. He had things to do. He couldn't stay in that tree forever. So, Jack let him down, and he left him alone for 10 years. Now, when Jack died, he didn't go to hell, but he also didn't go to heaven. God didn't want such a sinful soul. Of course, good Christians don't make deals with the devil. When God wouldn't let him into heaven, obviously the devil couldn't let him into hell. The devil gave him a burning coal to light his way as he wandered through the middle for eternity. He put the coal into a turnip, and that is his light. People still say that they can see Stingy Jack's light burning. So, this brought on the tradition of warding Stingy Jack off. That sounded a little funny. But, people carved out turnips, set them in their windowsills, and scared away evil spirits. That's just what it is. When the Irish came to America, they couldn't find turnips because they weren't native to America. So they substituted with pumpkins, which were larger and easier to carve. As far as trick-or-treating goes, in the second half of the 19th century, America was flooded with millions of Irish immigrants due to the Irish potato famine of 1849. Immigrants introduced the Irish and English tradition of wearing costumes and going door to door begging for treats. This is also related to souling, a practice where poor people would go door to door on All Hallows Eve begging for soul cakes, a bread given out in exchange for prayers for the giver's dead family and relatives on All Saints' Day. And lastly, Halloween costumes. Celts wore costumes after dark to confuse spirits that would be roaming about. They didn't want to be recognized as living and be the victims of mischief and wars. Halloween costumes evolved from souling and were brought to America by Irish immigrants. Costumes became popular around the 1940s and 50s due to movies and celebrities. Children eventually became part of the group of costume wearers after the Halloween parties became more inclusive and family friendly. So, in conclusion, Halloween is more than anything family friendly. It's about celebrating the end of summer and the start of cold autumn weather. This holiday has no relation whatsoever to devil worship. It has more relation to holy and godly things, seeing as it was, well, All Saints' Day. So enjoy your holiday. When Halloween comes up later this year, enjoy it. There's no better way to spend it than celebrating.